Hello and welcome to RedRisks. In this short video, I'm going to share with you a tool that I've developed for doing a compliance gap assessment when we're looking at your OSHA process safety management framework. So what is this tool designed to do? Well, primarily it covers the 14 elements that are in OSHA's PSM. We're really looking at gaps, so it's an identification of the gaps, pinpoint areas of vulnerability and how we can improve its effectiveness. We have some measurable scores, which I'll show to you later on when I open up the Excel file and share with you what the contents there are in there. And it's dual purpose. It also helps you not only look at formal compliance, but it also looks at a structured approach for improving performance. The tool is quite extensive and it generates a heat map, and there are 14 elements, as I said, that we've covered, and there are over 150 questions spread across each of those elements, roughly about 10, 11 on average. And there is a scoring criteria between 1 to 4 to show you what the compliance factor is associated with that particular element. Let me explain the scoring model in a bit more detail. 1 basically means non-compliant, 2 partially compliant, 3 is compliant, and 4 is fully compliant and sustained. We're of course looking for a sort of a graded approach in terms of how that element is covered when we're looking at all the different facets and aspects associated with that particular element. The flow path is very simple. We select an element, we review the questions, straightforward enough, and agree a score if you're doing with a team. Always best to do these in a team. Then capture the scores, and then you can look at the auto percentage and a profile. What do you need to improve when it comes to looking at that particular element? So what is in the toolkit? Pretty straightforward. We have a PDF file, an Excel file, and a responses capture sheet. You present the PDF file to the team, answer each of those questions, capture the responses on the responses document, and then you can transfer it to the Excel file. Many people prefer to do it straight onto the Excel file, which is good, but it can get a bit cumbersome when you're sort of panning backwards and forwards and up and down, increasing the magnification. It get quite frustrating. So walk through your subject matter experts, challenge and calibrate those scores, and make it an evidence-based dialogue. What does the output look like? Well, we have a heat map. On the heat map, as I said, we capture the maturity scales of 1 to 4, and each one is shown in terms of red through to amber through to green. So that gives you a visible, quick sort of view on where each of those elements are and where you need to really focus your efforts. So how it gets used, many of my clients tend to use this heat map to basically target their resources for maximum benefit. It's often very difficult to fall into a quagmire of trying to figure out which action should be solved first. But if you have a heat map, it's an easy go-to in terms of especially looking at vulnerabilities. And it can be used to facilitate cross-site benching for multi-site organizations. Of course, I haven't read all the text on these slides. I'm only giving you a snapshot of what there is in terms of the actual package itself. There are, from assessment to action sort of principles. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, as I said, how you can move from a position of vulnerability to a position of strength. So it's very much driven by what the organization's resources are and how it can be matched relative to the findings from the compliance assessment. Let's now dive into the Excel file, show you how it works. There along the tabs you can see here are start here, heat map, etc., all the way through to element 14. This is very similar to a lot of the other products I've developed for clients, whereby the heat map approach has proven to be very successful. Simply put, go to the section. If you're using the PDF file, show that to your colleagues, the team. Answer the scores that are relevant, 2, 3, and 4, as you wish, whatever. If you try and put one in that is not available, like 5, it'll give you an error code. So obviously it's driving it from 1 to 4. Put a 4 in. Once you've done that, you may want to capture the team's comments along here in terms of anything specific that may have. And the idea is work through each element one by one, and that will give you a comprehensive approach in terms of looking at the element and specific requirements for matching compliance. Once you've done all 14 elements, you can get an overview on the heat map here. I've only answered 4 questions, as you see on element 1. gives you a percentage value, and then it tells you where there are weaknesses. For example, on that first one, employee participation, there is a bit of if you like, an issue related to question one. Question one was talking about documented participation plans when it comes to employee participation. Straightforward. And then on the start here, it's just a quick sort of hyperlinked approach to the different worksheets. It's a relatively straightforward template and toolkit, but the important thing about this is that you get team harmonics and dynamics also in terms of driving content for finding compliance. The other benefit from this clients have found is that they don't need to have a regular review every year. They can do periodic reviews as well, almost as a quarterly review, to see where they are on this compliance gap analysis as they are progressing through to completion. Quick overview, hope it helped. If you're not able to watch the whole of the video or read the content, then just download the demo version, have a go at it, and good luck.